Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we are going to do our final card review. All of the cards have now been released. They decided to dump like the last 40 plus cards on us at a single time. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe those clean. This will be, again, the last one covering all of the recent cards that came out. The pack opening, we actually have made ourselves a nice fireside gathering. We'll open the packs up later tonight on stream or tomorrow, depending on when you watch this. And then, yeah, we should be doing our pack opening video and posting that up. But actually before next Tuesday, so that'll be good. So that'll be out, and then of course when the new cards get released, we can just go straight in and start playing with the decks, and we don't actually have to open packs immediately. They will already be opened, which we can do. All right, so with that, Druid, Blessing of the Ancients, 3 mana, give your minions +1/+1 twin spell. Very similar to like Power of the Wild, but Power of the Wild costs 2, and it has the ability to summon like a dude or give +1/+1. But this has twin spell, so basically for 6 mana, you give your minions +2/+2. I mean, in a token deck, it's okay. It's not like ideal. This is better like if this comes from like a randomly generated card, it's not bad because it's a good amount of value. I mean, the card's pretty cute. It's got like all the little animals and stuff. Like they know it goes into a token deck, so they just like printed like a bunch of small animals, which is kind of like what tokens are, just a bunch of small minions, which is kind of funny. So it's an okay card. It's not great. I don't like, and main deck Druid, token Druid, I don't think it'll see play. Like, this isn't like a main deck card. This is something like if you get off randomly generated minions, it's like it's not terrible. It's not like getting like, you know, a Moonfire or something. I think that actually is everything. Yeah, we've covered all the rest of the Druid cards. That was the only one that we were missing. Hunter, I know we have like a pretty sizable amount of Hunters that we need together. 5 mana Hunting Party, copy all beasts in your hand. Definitely a value card. But it's think of Vol'jin, right? It says copy dragons. It's a 4 mana 4/5 minion. It's not even a spell. So this card is bad. This is just a bad card. Yeah, I much prefer the card that says resurrect all the beasts. Oh yeah, resurrect all the beasts that died this turn, cost 2 mana. Savannah Highmane dies, summon another one. This is not good. This card is ass. This card is asshole. Ooh, another Boa. 4 mana 3/3. Whatever you play a 1-cost minion, draw a spell from your deck. I mean, you know, Spring Paw, Shimmerfly. I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. Like, it's decent, but like, you don't want to play this on turn 4 because it'll probably just die. Like, on curve, this card is terrible. You play this card, then you play like 2 1-drops, and it like becomes worth it, right? So this is only good on like turn 6. You play Savannah Highmane on turn 6 if you're a good hunter. So I don't like this card. This card's bad. Oh, we got some mechs. 3 mana 3/3 Death Rattle, draw a mech from your deck. Not bad. You know, Hunter lacks a lot of draw. Like, Hunter just doesn't have good draw at all. So like, this card, 3 mana 3/3, isn't terribly bad, and it's a mech, so it has like that whole mech synergy, which is what mechs are Hunter's trying to do with like cards like this. And yeah, not terrible, not overwhelmingly powerful, but not bad. Shimmerfly, 1 mana 1/1 beast, Death Rattle, add a random Hunter spell to your hand. Yeah, this is not a bad. This is not a bad, just 1 mana beast. And then like most of the time, Hunter spares are fairly good. Or Hunter spells are fairly good, unless you're talking about this card, because this card fucking sucks. But most of the time, you know, kill commands, Animal Companion, unleash the hounds, flanking shot. Then there's all kinds of good stuff. And I think we covered everything. Yep. And again, guys, like, if you're like, oh, Rob, why are you covering all the cards? We have like 5 other reviews before this, which we cover all the cards that we're not covering now. And you're like, Rob, you actually remember which cards you covered in each actual review? Absolutely. I'm a professional. 4 mana 3/3 spell damage +3. Your spells cost 1 more. Oh my god, this card is huge. This is like a mini Malagos. And granted, your spells cost 1 more, but think about it, chat. All you need is a Sorcerer's Apprentice out, and then your spells cost exactly what they're supposed to. Nah, seriously, this card's big. We actually haven't seen like a mage card like this before, where it has like the big upside of like a +3 spell damage, but like your spells cost 1 more. I was thinking like for each spell you play, you take 2 damage. I was thinking something like that, but I guess your spells cost 1 more. Also, that also makes some sense. I mean, it's hard to say because like right now, like it's gonna be worth it. This card's good. This card's just good because you could play this card with the other card that says it's a 4 mana and it says whenever you summon 2 minions and it's based on your spell power, so like you basically get 2 5/5s and the card would cost 5 mana. So I think this is pretty good. It'll fit into maybe some spell power mage, I think, for sure. It's not a card that you would play on curve. This is like, it's an okay on curve play and it needs to be dealt with, but like ideally you want to play this like later on in the game and then like, you know, Frostbolt for 6 damage for 3 mana, like even that's still worth it. Like a 3 mana deals 6 damage, that's still good. Fireball is doing 9 damage for 5 mana, so it's really not like the 1 mana hurts, but like this +3 spell damage is like it outruns it like substantially. Magic Dark Frog. Ooh, I like it. 2 mana 1/3 beast. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. Like a shitty mana worm. It's like a shitty mana worm. And it says enemy minion, guys, so it can't even go face. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Maybe it's okay in arena. You know, it's a 2 mana 1/3, but like there's 1 mana 1/3s. Yeah, I don't know. I think this card could have been like this card would be playable if it was 1 mana. It would actually be a pretty good card at 1 mana. But 2 mana, nah. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Conjurer's Calling, 3 mana, twin spell, destroy a minion, summon 2 minions of the same cost to replace it. Wait, hold up. Wait a second. Something ain't right. Destroy a minion. Summon 2 minions of the same cost to replace it. So they have like a Malagos. You kill their Malagos and they get 2 9-drops. But are you supposed to like kill your own minion? I think you're supposed to kill your own minion. Yeah, you're probably supposed to kill your own minion. Because this in Khadgar, so you play like Khadgar. It says you summon minions twice as many, so you summoned 4 minions with this, and it's on 5 mana. So let's say you summon like the frog, and then on turn 5 you play Khadgar, and then you Conjurer's Calling the frog because it sucks, and then you get 4 2-drop minions. Yeah, I don't know about all that. that seems like a lot. All right, all the mage cards we've covered. Super sick, nasty sauce. Paladin. What do we got? Ooh, 2 mana 2/2. Battlecry. If you control a secret, gain +1 attack. So it's a 2 mana 3/2. The unnerfed fiery war axe. Eh? Oh man, so this card's good. Secret Paladin. This card is really good. Like really good. Like this card is really good. It may not look that good, but this card is very good. Like this might it doesn't make Secret Paladin, but it makes Secret Paladin that much better. All right, Secret Paladin now. Secret Paladin got a lot of tools, guys. Like Mysterious Blade. It got the Rizza. It got the Never Surrender. Like, and it has a couple other cards as well in the neutral section. Secret Paladin's looking like it could be a. Oh, did I miss anything in Paladin? I don't think I did. I think I got everything. Yeah. Yep. Moving on. Ooh. 4 mana, Unsleeping Soul. Silence a friendly minion, then summon a copy of it. Oh, wow. Wow. That's really not bad. So for those of you who are like, Rob, are you out of your mind? You normally play this on like a card that, like before, Priest had cards that like had, for example, like very high attack, very high HP, but it said the text like can't attack, like a 3 mana 4/8, and it would be like can't attack. So you'd silence that minion. It was called Silence Priest, and then you would be able to attack with it. But you had to basically play the card and then use a card to silence it. So you're using 2 cards to just play 1 big minion and attack with it, which normally isn't like that good. But cards like this, like not only do you get the silence, but you also duplicate the minion and it's unsilenced as well. So Silence Priest could be, you know, making a little comeback here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 5 mana, 2/6 taunt, death rattle, destroy random enemy minion. Ooh, that's really obnoxious. This is what we like to call an annoying card. This is very obnoxious. We all know how annoying the obsidian statue is. So, yeah, it's not a bad card at all. This is not bad. And it has taunt. If it didn't have taunt, this card would suck. But because it has taunt, this card's very good. And by very good, I mean it's like good. It's like not a 5, but it's probably in between like a 3 and a 4. Maybe upwards of 4. But yeah, good card. 4 mana, 4/7, Death Rattle, restore 5 health to the enemy hero. This isn't bad at all. This is actually really good. The reason being is Rob has Death Rattle. Okay, first of all, there's silences. So like that's not like we could silence this card. And it's a 4 mana, 4/7. It's huge. It's an Injured Blade Master. Actually, no. Injured Blade Master is a 3 mana, 4/7, isn't it? It's a 3 attack. I don't know. And anyway, it's a really big card for it's very, very cheap. It's not a 4 mana 7/7, but it's pretty thick. And if we think of Priest has the Soul Thief, I believe it's called. The Shadow Priest. It's a 4 mana 3/5, you know, healing, now does damage. So you could actually like, you know, have the Soul Priest out with this, attack with this, and then kill this, and then deal 5 to your opponent. We've seen stuff like that before with the back in the day. There was the zombie chow. You know what I mean? It was a 1 mana 2/3 heal your opponent for 5 when it died, and you could actually combo that with the Soul Priest or Shadow Priest. Pretty sure, yeah, I think it's Soul Priest. And you'd Circle of Healing, kill the zombie chows, and then you actually deal 10 damage to your opponent. So you'd actually be able to do like 15 burst with just like zombie chows and them attacking with a Circle of Healing. So not a bad card at all. I like cards like this. This is cool stuff. Makes for cool interactions. I believe that is it. Oh yeah, moving on. What do we got? Rogue. Daring Escape. Return all friendly minions to your hand. It's good. Honestly good. It's basically a 1 mana Shadow Step for all your minions. Granted, you may not want all your minions to be returned, but for the most part, Rogue has like a lot of really good battle cries for minions. For example, this guy, very good, pretty solid battle cry. This guy, really good battle cry. This guy, really good combo ability. So like, as we can see just from the cards available, like being able to return rogue cards to your hand, really good. Granted, it's not like good in every situation, obviously, but it is good. The Waggle Pick. I honestly, I hate the look of this weapon. I'm not gonna lie. I like really cool looking weapons. I'm a big weapon stickler. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I want to equip a weapon, I want to be looking badass. This does not strike fear into my opponent's heart. All right, 4 mana, 4/2 Death Rattle. Return a random friendly minion to your hand. It costs 2 less. So speaking of Shadow Step, so this is a Shadow Step, but you can't pick what gets Shadow Stepped. So this is going to be found in like a particular combo deck. So like the deck, it really isn't going to run a lot of minions. It's going to run very specific minions, and those specific minions actually want to get Shadow Stepped. It's not bad, but I don't think it's going to see a lot of play. And if it sees play, like I said, it's going to be found in like a particular deck that's like the whole point of the deck is like bouncing this guy or something, like, or bouncing like just some minion that you can just keep playing, and it just like every time they play it, it just gives really big value. Like for example, you know, the Nerubian guy, the 4 mana 4/4, you know, put the spiders in your deck, you know, playing him like, you know, 6-7 times, eventually like your opponent just can't deal with the amount of 4/4s, but like it all depends on what it hits. I believe that's all we have for the Rogue. Oh yes, moving to Witch's Brew. I don't like this. So there was actually, I got a good point with this guy. Hopefully you guys are still tuned in. It's a 2 mana, restore 4 health, repeatable this turn, Witch's Brew. Okay. We've seen this effect. Repeatable this turn. That means echo. They've already printed another keyword that means repeatable this turn. So if they're going to print keywords like echo, why don't they keep the echo thing rolling? Like, this just makes it very confusing because, like, they printed a keyword. We learned the keyword. Think if you're a new player and you're, like, learning all the keywords, and there's a lot of them, right? It's overwhelming. And then, like, echo, you're like, okay, I get to play this for this. And then, like, cards like this, they're like, why does it just not have echo? Is it different? And then, for example, and just put echo on the fucking card. Mutate. 0 mana, transform a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 more. This card's horrible. This card is just bad. Bad card. Soul the Murloc, give your minions death rattle, summon a 1/1 Murloc. This is basically, think of reverse Soul of the Forest for token Druid. It's pretty good. This is a pretty good card. Like you play this in your Murloc decks. That's what I mean by good. Underbelly Angler, 2 mana, 2/3. After you play a Murloc, add a random Murloc to your hand. It's good, very good. Like staple. Shaman Murloc, you play this card. Scargill. This is I hate to see shitty legendaries. This isn't a shitty legendary, but Murlocs have never been that great. And granted, it's like a fun Murloc card, but you could have just made this guy like an epic or something. Why'd you have to make him like one of the Shaman legendaries? But it is what it is. 4 mana, 4/4 Murloc. Your Murlocs cost 1. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Playing this guy on 4 doesn't feel great because, you know, he's going to be high targets, but if he lives, you know, you just throw up on the board with Murlocs. Granted, as we know, the quests are rotating out, so you can't, like, you know, play this guy and then like play Megafin from your hand and then all the Murlocs that come from Megafin. But he's still like a really good card. But I don't think Murloc. I will be surprised if Murloc Shaman is like higher than tier like 3. Could be wrong. You know, there might be some really aggro Murloc Shaman that like puts in work. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it. Murlocs were never supposed to be serious. They're supposed to be just kind of memey, and like half the cards are Murloc cards, like Murloc, healing Murloc. Like seriously, half the Shaman cards revolve around Murlocs, more than half. So yeah, Sludge. We already went over him. All right, that's it. Yeah. Warlock. Ooh. 6 mana, destroy all friendly minions. For each one, summon a random minion from your deck. Oh. You know what I see? I see this. You summon a bunch of imps. Darkest Hour. Destroy all the imps. You get big, thick demons. Problem is though, that doesn't trigger battle cries, right? So like if you have like Rafam in the deck, you know, and you pull Rafam, it kind of feels bad. But yeah, Darkest I looked at this real quick. This is the dankest hour. Yeah, the Darkest Hour. It's a kind of, I don't want to say a win more, but it's kind of a win more because it requires you to have like a pretty, like at least 3 minions on the board, right? And then it's not good. Like this card is, I don't think this card is good. But that's the first thing I thought of. Now I think of it more. This card is not good because, like, depending on when you draw this, is if it's good. It costs 6 mana. You're not playing this unless it's like on turn 6. If it's on turn 6 and you have 3 cards on board, you're killing them all to randomly summon the minions from the deck, which could be really powerful, right? But like, who's to say they're not in your hand and they're random, so they could be the same power level of the ones on the board. It's just like a really risky. It's a risk. It's a fun card. It's not a good card. It's a fun card. A Jumbo Imp. Why is it not called Giant Imp? Yeah, seriously. Why is this not called Giant Imp? Oh, 10 mana 8/8. That's a giant card. I'm not even a developer. I shouldn't be, like, if I can point out things like this should be called Giant, you know, this needs to say Echo, like, come on guys, pull it together. You're making, you know, you're just a multi-million-dollar company. Nothing, no big. Cost 1 less whenever a friendly minion or a friendly demon dies while this is in your hand. So it's like a Order Creeper, but it only works for demons. And it has to be in your hand. I mean, in a demon deck, yeah, you could, yeah, in a demon deck, you play this, probably. Like, obviously the Jumbo Imp goes in the same deck that Rafam Scheme goes into, which is like some sort of like demon deck. I suppose if it was in your deck, it'd be too powerful. Like if this card said like whenever a demon dies, like it would be really good. This would just be a 0 mana 8/8 most of the time. So I understand why it needs to be in their hand, but it like makes it so it's not as good, like by a lot. So what if they made cost 2 less and it needed to be in your hand? So it has like the same effect, but if it's accelerated because it's in your hand, I don't know. We'll see how it does. I'm not a fan, but I can see what they're doing. 3 mana, give your demons +1 attack and deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Oh my god, imagine if this said for each demon you have. I mean, obviously the +1 attack would have to stay because we have 7 demons, giving everything +7 attack for 3 mana is insane. So this, yeah. The +1 attack is like how you win the game, and then like dealing 1 damage is like a defensive tool. So they combined an aggressive and a defensive tool together, which is kind of like, doesn't hurt each other, but it doesn't synergize with what the card does. Like, I don't know. I would have liked to see give your demons +2 attack and deal 2 damage or 3 damage to everything, and this card be 5 or 6 mana. I'd be satisfied with that. I don't like this isn't good enough. I don't think for 3 mana. I don't think this is a good enough ability. But you know, maybe dealing 1 damage is really good. Who knows? I think that's all the Warlock cards. Yeah. So Warrior. All right. First time I'm taking a look at these Warrior cards. We got like a couple of them. So hopefully we are not dissatisfied, chat. I really hoping there's some good stuff in here. 2 mana, 2/2 mech. Whenever this minion deals damage, gain that much armor. That's it. This card looks super cool. That's it. Oh god. Just gonna move to the next card. 2 mana, give a minion also damages minions next to whoever it attacks. So cleave. Why don't they just name that cleave? Yeah, why don't they just put in a keyword cleave? Give a minion cleave. This is also bad. I mean, it's a good ability, but it's not worth 2 fucking mana. Like, maybe it is, but probably not. If this was 1 mana, I would say it's good. At 2 mana, it's gonna be tough. I am so disappointed. 10 mana, 7/9. Please be good. Battle Cry. Summon a copy of a minion in your deck, give it rush. No, this is so bad. Alright. I'm gonna break it down. 10 mana, 7/9. Okay, guys? Doesn't have taunt, doesn't have rush, doesn't have charge. Summons a random, or summon a copy of a minion in your deck. So it doesn't actually pull a minion from your deck. It just makes a copy of a minion from your deck. It could be any minion in your deck. Could be ass minion, could be powerful minion. Give it rush, not charge, give it rush. Like, I mean, I don't know, guys. If you're playing like a big mech warrior, sure, maybe this will fit in there. But like if this had taunt, you know, I could try to stand up for him, because again, this card looks cool. These are really cool looking cards. I just wish they were also good. This doesn't, if my opponent plays this, like, yes, like I said, it is a big card, but it's a lot of mana. Like, think of like Jandalai, a 7 mana, summons 12/12 in stats and does 8 damage immediately. You know what it does, and it's good. This does, you don't know what like card it's gonna pull out. And in itself, like a 10 mana 7/9, think of just Baku that costs 1 more mana. Oh my god. 10 mana, these 10 mana cards. Summon 2 copies of a minion in your deck. Alright, so again, looking at the big warrior, I mean, that's what it's looking at. Like, you just make big minions, right? And then you give them sweeping strikes so you can, like, clear 3 minions with just a single minion. Like, if this was 8 mana, maybe we could, like, see this as 8 mana, and then you could sweeping strikes, like, on top of it, the minion that has rush for, like, a nice little, like, triple board clear. But, like, yeah, warrior card's really disappointing. Maybe it's because they got this guy, and then this guy. Like, these are really good. Like, really good. Like, really good. But is it gonna make, like, mech warrior? I don't know. Like, a big mech warrior? I don't know. Like, I'm looking at a warrior right now that's, like, very much like a bomber control warrior. With, like, basically just big splashes of like decent mechs. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I can do, chat. We'll try to make it happen. Holy fuck. 8 mana, 6/6 elemental. Your minions with Wind Fury have Mega Wind Fury. That means it can attack 4 times, guys. Jesus. I'm not gonna lie, I actually see this being playable. Because Shaman has a card that says give this minion Wind Fury. And if you give a minion Wind Fury that has anything more than 5 attack and that costs 2 mana, if you have any, like a single minion on the board, chat, just a single minion. Let's say you have like a fire elemental that lives on the board, which isn't crazy, right? Just it living on the board. And then the next turn you have this in your hand, and then the Wind Fury, you give it Wind Fury, you play this, you give it Mega Wind Fury, you attack for 24 damage. That's really good. For 2 cards to be able to do 24 damage on turn 10. Granted, they have to have no taunts in the way, but that's just a fire elemental. Imagine having an 8/8. You just win. That's 32 damage for 2 cards. As long as you have one 8/8 that lives. It's like, oh, it's not on par, but it's like the same mentality as like Wall Priest. I think this card is really good. Yeah, I like this guy a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna like it when people play against me and for 10 mana they do 32 damage to my face. But this guy, I see things with this guy. And I really like the artwork. Like he has the daggers, and then he has 2 daggers off here because he could attack 4 times, and it's like wind holding. It's super sick. Violet Warden, 6 mana, 4/6 taunt, spell damage +1. That's not a bad minion. Not a bad taunt minion for the spell mage at all. This is not a bad card. It's like very basic, but not a bad card. Gain 1 attack for each spell in your hand. So it's 4 mana. And if it's a 3/6, so you have 2 spells in your hand, it's already better than most 4 mana cards. If you have more than 2 spells in your hand, this card's like great for the curve. But you have to have them in your hand. And if you don't have any spells in your hand and you're top decking, it's bad. So this is like situationally good. I don't mind it. It's not bad. Well, I think it's going to be in a tier 1 deck? No. Do I think it's going to be in a tier 2 deck? No. But it's not a bad card. Underbelly Ooze, 7 mana, 3/5. After this minion survives damage, summon a copy of it. Definitely a warrior card. Yeah, definitely. If this is going to fit in any deck, it's going to be warrior or priest. Because they have healing, and then warrior, of course, has to deal 1 damage to things. So... But for 7 mana, no. If this was like 6 mana, I would say maybe. If this was 5 mana, I'd say absolutely. If this had 5 mana and taunt, it would be like the next best minion in the game. 6 mana and it had taunt, it would be like super playable in priest, super playable in warrior. Probably playable in any deck. 7 mana for a 3/5, no taunt. It's a hard bargain. This is a hard bargain, chat. 7 mana, 3/7 taunt, death rattle, deal 3 damage to all minions. Ooh, wow, okay. I see you, game. Yeah, that's a big death rattle. That's really not bad. Again, these cards, like these cards, guys, they're not gonna be found in tier 1 decks from what we've seen so far. But like, if you ever get them or you get them in arena, it's not like this is a 7 mana, 3/7 taunt. Like, that's just fucking horrible, right? The death rattle, like, there's some spice into this card. There's something here. It's not just awful, which is good. Like, there's not going to be always, like, super powerful cards, but as long as they're not, like, absolutely trash, which this guy really isn't, you know, it makes it kind of worth it. 2 mana, 3/2 stats are good. Battlecry, if you have spell damage, draw a card. This card's good. This guy's pretty good. Spell Mage, this guy's good. Like, drawing a card it's not bad. Good stuff. Recurring Billing, 5 mana, 3/6, death rattle. If this minion has 4 more attack, resummon it. Wow. That's obnoxious. That's actually like a really annoying ability, guys. Like, it's not hard to give a minion +1 attack, especially in like a more aggressive style deck. Like, imagine playing this. Like, this is a good ability. Like, you know, all you have to do is either one, buff this, trade it into something, it resummons itself, or like you just buff it indefinitely, like a Might or a King's, or like this can fit in Paladin, this can fit in Warrior, this could fit in any deck that runs card buffing abilities. It's actually not a bad card. This is good. Portal Overfiend. Okay, please be good. Please be good. Please be good. 6 mana, 5/6. All right, lots of text. Demon. Battle Cry. Shuffle 3 portals into your deck. When drawn, summon a 2/2 demon with Rush. Yes! Good demon. Yahoo! This is good stuff, guys. We like this. This is not bad. This is good. I mean, it's not over. This isn't like super powerful, but like, you know, a 6 mana, 5/6 that has some sort of like nice value ability. Cool. I like it. Portal Keeper Demon. Okay, 4 mana, 5/2. Please be good. Shuffle 3 portals into your deck. Summon 2/2 demon. Oh, if this guy had Rush, playable. This guy does not have Rush. This guy's a hard sell. This guy has a lot of health and a decent amount of attack, and he only also costs 2 more. Like for two more mana, you're getting 4 more health. 8 mana, 4/4 taunt battle cry, giving 2/2 for each other friendly minion. So you need 2 minions and it's an 8/8 with taunt. Yeah, I don't know about this card. This is a win more. I don't like this card. This card's ass. 3 mana, 3/3 stealth. Okay. Again, guys, I'm not gonna cover like cards like that. 3 mana, 3/4 summon a 2/2 for each player. No. Copy a friendly minion's health. It's a 5 mana. It's not, it's at least interesting. There's always one of these in each set, guys. You know, 6 mana, 6/4 death rattle, summon a 4/1/1 vengeful scrolls. There's always something like this in there. It's actually not bad because it's like this is basically a 10/4 or 10. No, I'm sorry, a 10/8. But the death rattle has to trigger. Not bad. Again, just not a bad minion. Again, 5/4 divine shield, not bad. A 9 mana, 9/9 rush. That's not bad at all. Randomly generated, not bad. At the start of your turn. Whoa. This card's huge. At the start of your turn, gain +2 spell damage. This card is big. This card's good. But it has to live a turn to just get the 2. So maybe, I don't know. If it had +2 and then at the start of your turn you get +2, banger. But the fact that it has to even live a turn to get the +2, ooh. You know what I mean? It's 2 attack, not a lot. It'll be interesting where this guy lines up. He'll either be super playable or is not playable because he's too slow because he doesn't immediately start with the spell damage. But if he lives 2 turns, he's dank. But living 2 turns in Hearthstone, that's pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about when you play with some of your best minions, how long do they normally live? Like, a lot of the times, like, they live 1, max 2 turns. And then if they ever live longer, you kind of just win the game. But we'll see. Maybe cards like this is good. You know, you don't kill it, you win. Okay, Toxfin, give a friendly Murloc poisonous. I saw this. This is really good. Really good Murloc card. You know, a 1 mana 1/2. If it was a like 1 mana 1/1, it makes it substantially worse. But a 1 mana 1/2 is not bad. It's a Murloc and it battle cry. Like, give it Murloc, basically trade into something, kill it whenever you want. Taunt, death rattle, summon a 0/5 vault safe with taunt. Okay. Battle Cry, if you control a secret, game +1/+2 1. All right, obviously Secret Paladin, really good Secret Paladin card. Like 2 mana 3/4, very good. Like very good. If you're holding a I'm sorry. Let there be a cut here. I'm dying. 5 mana 4/4 Battle Cry, if you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, deal 4 damage. That's actually not bad at all. It's a 5 mana, deal 4. This is very solid for like a control mage, even a control lock. Any sort of control deck that has like a decent amount of like big spells, even like 6 big spells would make this card worth it. It's a good card. Surprising to see that many good cards. Mad Summoner, Demon, 6 mana 4/4. Fill each player's board with 1/1 imps. Ooh. All right, so I'm seeing it now a little bit because you play cards like this and then you play like the 3 mana card and it kills them all, and then like the giant imp in your hand, or the huge or jumbo imp, whatever the fuck they called it, get 0 mana. Magic Carpet, 3 mana 1/6. After you play a 1-cost minion, give it 1/+1 attack and rush. Obviously a more aggressive style deck. +1 attack and rush though. That's a lot of health for 3 mana. It's not bad. It's bad. Proud Defender has +1 Taunt, 4 mana, 4/2. It's like the new Tar Creeper. Has +2 attack while you have no other minions. Yeah, it's like the new Tar Creeper. Whenever this minion attacks, give your opponent a coin. Yes, no. How many more cards do we have? I think that's about it. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start from the bottom now. I think we've already covered all these. Yeah, we were pretty close to the end. 4 mana, 3/3 battle cry, summon 2/1/1 amalgams. Oh yeah, that card was good. We went over that. I can't believe I forgot that card. Okay, so we only had 2 more minions anyway. Restore 2 health to all friendly characters. 1 mana, 1/1. No. Battle cry, summon adjacent minions. It's not a bad like silence priest card, but like you don't need this card in that deck to be good at all. Yeah, you don't need this card in that deck, guys. You would just run like silence and like the new card that silences and does stuff like that. Like maybe you, I don't know, maybe you actually need this to have enough silence in the deck, but from what I've seen, you don't really want to play minions because you don't want to resurrect these guys. You want to resurrect like your big minions, not 2/3s. 3 mana, 5/6, can't attack unless you have spell damage. Okay, so again, like we chatted about they can't attack, you know what I mean? So like silencing this really is not that bad. 3 mana, 5/6. And also like spell damage, like not that hard to get. Soldier of Fortune, 4 mana, 5/6 elemental. Whenever this attacks, save your opponent coin. Are we went over that? Pogs. Okay, cool. That's all the cards. Woo! We did it! We made it, boys. Okay, so with that, thank you guys for watching. If I happen to miss out on anything, or you know, I think I should include it, leave it in the comment section below. Always enjoy reading what you guys have to say. On top of that, the pack opening should be coming out shortly after this, so within like, I want to say less than a day, the pack opening should be there. And then again, next Tuesday afternoon, we'll be streaming. Really long stream, guys, you know, 16 to 20 hours, probably both Tuesday and Wednesday, if all goes according to plan. So I hope to see you guys there, or at least catch you in the YouTube videos, of course. So with that, thank you guys for watching. And of course, I'm Rob. Happy whatever the hell day it is.